for the morning. I have with me the Mirror newspaper. Today, Saturday, 6th July 2024. Surviving brain aneurysm leak. Dr. Doris Ya Osei shares her story. Also exploring Shy Hills, focus on Hewayo, Seyu Cave and Mogul Hill, and that's where it can be seen on page 12 and 21 of the Mirror newspaper. I am an orphan, no one will visit me in prison, and that's by a convicted sex offender as he pleads.
We're not expecting anybody to visit
I know
you.
how you feel about that.
We're not expecting anybody to visit you. All right, on the front page of The Spectator, check your land title registration. Kudus double at Ghana Football Awards. Don't turn special schools into dumping grounds, parents told. And Ghana Most Beautiful winner is on the front page right there. And another one on Sikaman Palava, and that's on page 5 if you want to go check it out.
Right, I have the Daily Guide newspaper. AG shoots down NDC Supreme Court claim. Baumia Napo ticket a win for NPP. That's from Nana. NPP holds new primary at Menchia South. Soldier hot over 136K Ghana cedis phony recruitment. And also in the center spread of the Daily Guide newspaper, we have the News One Entertainment. Haja for real never snitched on anyone for a reduced sentence, and that's by her lawyer. Weed smoking doesn't improve musician's voice. Nana Finn. Police investigate Chef Smith's Guinness World Record certificate. Former adult star sues Didi. ACTT holds graduation ceremony, and that's what we have in the News One Entertainment. We may be getting into some of the stories there before we wrap up on this segment.
All right, on the front page of the Daily Graphic Weekend Special, Parliament passes National Road Authority Bill. Bill merges 3 agencies, seeks to maximize road sector investment. BECE starts Monday. 570,461 candidates to sit exam. And behind we have rebooting Ghana football, youth development key to future success.
All right, let me take you straight to GhanaWeekend.com as we look at some stories that made the headlines over there too. King Paluta resurfaces with monster hit Makuma. Kwabna collaborates with Obapa Christie on new hit Facheme. And also former BBN Niger star Kidiwaya robbed of 70,000 euros over valuables in Spain. Weed only boosts your confidence. Train your voices to look, and that's Nana Finn tells artists. Also, Chiame Kwame to appear on ChannelOne TV's The Chat tonight, so you might want to make a date tonight.
Right. Okay, so we also have I Did It Cause of Fear. Actress Biola Bayo exposes lady who faked death. And We Write Records signs first artist Arena on mega deal. Moriah is my best album, and that's by Wizkid. And if you're wondering what Moriah is actually his mom's name, and she passed, I think, last year. And Taylor Swift becomes most followed artist on Spotify. She's almost like the most followed artist everywhere. And Afro gospel sensation Joseph Matthew to inspire believers with new hit Fear No Evil. And lastly, Alien Chef Smith used our logo without permissions. Chef associations are certain. Chef Smith, you're in the news so much this week.
He's actually been on the news a lot this week, so I'm going to touch on the News One Entertainment side of the story as the headline has it as police investigate Chef Smith's Guinness World Record certificate. And I'll read just a bit of the story because it's quite a lengthy one. Sponsor of Chef Smith's recent cookathon, management of Ahmadiyya Shopping Center, has announced that the police have commenced an investigation to verify the authenticity of Chef Smith's Guinness World Records certificate. This development follows the arrest of Chef Smith and subsequent scrutiny of his certificate. The cookathon, which concluded on March 6, 2024, has been marred by allegations of fake certificates and contractual breaches. Ahmadiyya Shopping Center, owned by Mrs. Nana Madudu, aka Ahmadiyya, who happens to be a brother of Nana Boro, sponsored the month-long event, which began on Friday, 1st February 2024. Their sponsorship included a 3-year binding contract aimed at showcasing Chef Smith's culinary talents and inspiring global food enthusiasts. The sponsorship package extended financial support to include a musical concert celebrating the success of the event and thanking the public for their support. In a press statement, the sponsors revealed complications arose after the event as repeated attempts to obtain updates on video uploads and the status of Chef Smith's Guinness World Records were ignored. So the story goes on and on and on. And Chris, you know that he's been in the news the whole of the week. We've been talking about him a lot. I don't know how you feel about this, but per the responses we've seen on social media and by the fact that the Guinness World Record has not even posted him, apparently he didn't even apply for the whole record. And I don't even understand how somebody will sit down to actually orchestrate such a plan, to want to take up a course that, I mean, you know, you didn't even apply in the first place. So why would you want to garner public support? We come support you and then we've forgotten about you. At a point, everybody was not even asking. Then you come back and say, yo, you guys, I'm here. I'm coming to remind you that what I tried to do has proved results. And even the result, you had to fake it.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was looking for. Is it for publicity? I really do not know.
For me, if you look at it carefully, I would say he probably needs some psychological evaluation.
Maybe.
I would have thought it was a case of, I would have said probably it's a case of megalomania, but this is more than megalomania, and I don't know, it's just sad. But the question, another big question that I really want to ask, which I asked on my Facebook last time, how does somebody come out and tell you and I, that he cooked for 33 days, non-stop, and all of us believed?
No, but
what happened to the space of us thinking and asking questions?
See, if you say non-stop, that's not entirely the case, because you know there are times that they take breaks according to the record. As Ifa Santua had 5 minutes break and then compiled.
But 33 days, come on.
Well,
33 days is like times 10 of what the current holder, you know.
Yes, of
you understand?
Course. Of course. To cook a whole month is no child's play.
Like, you don't have anything to do. Ahmadiyya doesn't have anything to do than to sponsor you. Well, good luck to him on that. Anyway, let's check out The Spectator. On The Spectator, we actually have some very, very interesting headlines. Where 43-year-old Baba initiates environmental campaign to keep Oti River clean. And that's in page 3, and well done to him. He's actually known as Mr. Do the Right Thing. I'm not going to go into that story. We have don't turn special schools into dumping grounds, parents told. Now, this one actually hits me because I have actually been to one of the special schools, and there's been a lot of complaints from the people running the schools that people leave their kids in that school. They just drop the kids because the kids are special need kids. So I think this is a story that we should check out. So the reason why children with special needs are taken to special schools is to bring them up under special conditions by specially trained personnel. However, it appears some parents have other reasons apart from what it's stated above. Investigations by The Spectator revealed that some parents and guardians have turned these special schools into dumping grounds where they take their words ostensibly to the educated but ends up abandoning them. These parents refuse to visit the children throughout the period they stay at the special schools in order to avoid the stigma of being treated with contempt by unfriendly members of the society for having such children. The chairman of the Parents Association of the Tete Oklu State School for the Deaf at Tema, Nana Berima Fee III, confirmed that in an interview and admitted that it was a challenge and the association is facing. So Nana Barima Fee III said, these parents and guardians also do not participate in any activity aimed at promoting the welfare of the children. I think this is very, very, very heartbreaking. Like I said, I have visited one of the special schools, and it's the same thing. The same thing that we just read now was actually what they say. Because of the stigma of you have a special need child that people face, they tend to just bring the kids, and some even forget them when it's time for holidays and things. They just forget them.
Right.
And so the teachers just take it upon them to just take care of these kids. And sometimes they don't even have enough to take care of the kids because these parents have forgotten them completely. I think we can do better as a society.
You know what I think about this? I feel like these special needs or children living with special needs, we don't tap into their talents too much because, believe you me, these are special needs children. And indeed, they are special because sometimes when you explore them or when you study them, they have different talents and they are very special. Some are very creative. Some do a lot of things. There's this lady I follow on social media, My Journey with Autism. She has a child living with special needs. And you should see the way she has explored or harnessed the Nanaya's talent. It's beautiful. So why would a parent give birth to a child and then because the child is a child with special needs, you abandon the child somewhere with no parental care? We have to do better. And society needs to move away from the stigma. This is very draining emotionally because it takes a lot to take care of a child living with special needs. And imagine you having one, then society is like, as they'll say in Chi or in Soba, like it's a water child, you got the child from a river or all of those things. It is not so. There are lots of medical conditions that come with these things. So you don't just say anything to people's children or people who have children like this because they are going through a lot. It takes so much to take care of these children. So society has to do more.
You know, because I was discussing with a doctor actually. Society is you and I, and we keep on saying people need to talk about these issues. And when people also come out to talk about these issues, there's also another set of you and I that decides to shame them and, you know, make them not even talk about the issues that they're going through. I think we can do better as a society. I think we can do better as human beings. We need to start thinking humanly, and we need to start acting kind. It's not easy at all taking care of those kids, you understand? And you know, I feel like at the end of the day, yes, almost everybody has a problem. You and I sitting here have problems. We're all dealing with some mental problem one way or the other, just that you can't see it. And when you see the ones that, you know, that are very visible to you, that's when you begin to talk negatively. I think we can do better. I think we can do better. And as parents, I don't know, like Jifa said, it's time to look for the talents these kids have. Try to love them, show them, you know, show them care, show them love, and also you can unravel the talent that they actually have and work on it. I mean, we've been on this show before, especially Breakfast Daily, where we saw an autistic kid who can speak so many languages. I remember that interview. He can speak so many languages, and he hasn't gone to any of this school. He can speak Dutch, he can speak Greek, and he can speak Latin, he can speak French, and so much more. So I think it's time for parents to, you know, try and also be humanly with their own kids. And let's be nice and let's be kind.